it shall stand forever. And then Gabriel said to the Virgin Mary on the day Jesus was born in Luke 1:32 and 33, your son shall be great, and he shall be called the Son of the Highest, and he shall sit upon the throne of his father David in Jerusalem. And of his kingdom there'll be no end. Why? Because he reigns over the house of Jacob, of Israel, forever and forever. And that's why the world can never end. And I've got 120 verses where Yahweh God promises to the people of Israel, his beloved, Deuteronomy 7:7, that they're going to have that land forever and forever. So quit trying to give it to the Muslims, Mr. Obama.
You know, I grew up reciting the prayer that Jesus gave when he was on earth. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's exactly what Jack's been talking about. Thy will be done. Hasn't happened yet, but it is going to happen. But maybe somebody out there is thinking about phrases in the Bible that might be a little confusing. It refers to a new heaven and a new earth. Does that mean, that doesn't mean this one has to be destroyed. What does that mean, Jack, a new heaven and a new earth?
You have to get to the Hebrew and Greek as the Bible was originally written and then translated into English and other languages for all of us. In Matthew 19:28, it speaks about the regeneration of the earth. In Acts 3:21, the restitution of the earth. Would you look up those two words in Webster's dictionary? Regeneration and restitution both mean a remodeling job. It's the same old world, that foundation he laid upon which things are renewed, because this world can never end. And I'm going to tell you something. You're Roman Catholic, look at your catechism, 1042 and 1047. Both of them say the universe will not be recreated, just renewed. It will be in a transitional form and then restored to its originality. Stick to your catechism instead of some of these Protestant groups that don't know what they're talking about.
Now, after Jesus returns to the earth, we'll have unparalleled peace. Wonderful to know that we can trust in him, for that day is coming. But before that time, we are going to have unparalleled frightening times too. Is that right, Jack? We know that this is ahead of us. We are going to have some things that are very, very frightening.
Definitely, Rexella. And this Mayan said we didn't really believe in the end of the world. What did they mean then for 2012? I studied thoroughly the fingerprints of the gods about the Mayans. And they had 5 endings of the world, so they couldn't mean the end of the world. It can't happen 5 times. They meant 5 different catastrophes will happen, and one of them they mentioned was Noah's flood. So let's get that straight as well. And the world can never end, so I want you to sleep well tonight, but there will be some problems during the 7-year period of tribulation. Revelation chapter 6 to 18. You saw some of the headlines. Iran and the bomb, they're worried. And General Cartwright mentioned today's papers that the Iranians will have it within 12 months. God help America, because he hates us, he hates Israel, and he's got 40,000 suicide bombers waiting to come and take lives over here. Not only that, but she mentioned Russia. We've made this deal. So what? You can't trust them. They are building material around the clock, atomic-wise, and missiles. And they're going over to Chavez and asking if they can put up a missile base there. And our senators are frightened because that's our backyard. And right now, Russia and China, and that's because of the Shanghai Co-op organization, are building massive materials and spending more money than they ever have for warfare. And that is Daniel 11:44, when the North and the East, Russia and the Orient, join together for the greatest war in history. But don't worry about if you're saved. We're going to be gone. I have kept you out of the hour of temptation which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell on the earth. I say it again. Sleep well tonight. Jesus is coming.
Yeah, somebody asked me the other day, Jack, how can you smile, Rexella, if you know things are going to get worse? Because I know they're going to get better. The Lord is coming,
Yeah.
Jack, and he's going to put everything right one of these days, and I have faith in him. No, I'm not depending on a country to give me peace. I'm not depending on any peace pack to do that in my heart. The Lord can do that in your heart as well as mine, give you peace right now, even before he comes again. And I am so happy to say that we are extending this wonderful offer of the week, Dictator of the New World Order, Alive and Waiting in the Wings. Please take a look at the preview.
Jesus said there shall be false Christs and false prophets. Historically, they have come and gone, with the exception of the two final day leaders awaiting the imminent moment of their inauguration. One will become the dictator of the New World Order, the other the apostate head of a world religion uniting all faiths. Plans for both movements are being laid now. Will their 7-year term limit produce a blessing or a tragedy for 6,700,000,000 global citizens? Will their rule lead to global peace or World War III? Dr. and Mrs. Van Impe will astonish you in their 1-hour, 45-minute study as they deal with the proposed and promoted identities of the global dictator and the religious Christian defector. For details as to who, why, and when this dynamic apocalyptic duo begin their international reign, order Dictator of the New World Order, Alive and Waiting in the Wings.
I'm so glad to say you'll have it one more week at least because of the great demand. We've never had so many orders, Jack.
Broke all records in history. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, Obama just put this in the paper about what he believes about Christ and the resurrection. This is the truth of what he believes. He can really deceive people, and that's what the world leader will do when he comes to power, Matthew 24:24.
Dictator of the New World Order. There's the 800 number, and there is the address. So do not put it off. Its extension is just for a short time, and we want you to have this in your home because it does describe who the new dictator will be of this New World Order. So make the call right away. We'll get it in the mail as soon as possible. Inundated. So make that call right now, please. Friends, you know our president is very concerned about something. We are all concerned about a nuclear attack by terrorists worldwide. Let's take a look at what we're talking about, the doomsday dilemma. It could happen, they're saying. Let's take a look at the United States and Russian presidents sign nuclear arms treaty. Very interesting question about this. Now, here's Sir Winston Churchill. My, oh my, he had something very, very important to say. Winston Churchill warned the United States, be careful above all things not to let go of the atomic weapon until you are sure, and more than sure, that other means of preserving peace are in your hands. Very, very good. Many allies rightly fear Obama's enthusiasm for nuclear zero because they do not believe that we are close to meeting Churchill's requirement. That is, we have not yet found an alternative basis for preventing war.
Thank you, Mr. Churchill.
And we will go on, Russia, to develop new nuclear missiles and launchers. Here we've signed a treaty to pull back, and they're developing more. Russia parades new missile defense system. There it is, new. You see it? Here's a report. Russia to supply Syria with powerful MiG fighter jets. And U.S., China, and Russia lift arms, spending to new record. They're spending more than ever. And Russia, Venezuela strengthened ties. Whoa! In fact, they even had a great meeting down there. Putin visits Chavez in Russian bid to grow in Obama's backyard. Whoa! And Russia offers Venezuela nuclear help right in our backyard. Chavez meets with Ahmadinejad to discuss peaceful nuclear partnership. And Obama, nuclear Iran is inevitable. Can you believe it? Here's another report. Iranian missile threat on the United States by 2015. Whoa. Now, here is the cover of the Jerusalem Report. Arm twisting. U.S. pressures Israel for deal with the Palestinians. And there you see what's happening